What is happening, folks? It is more official than a ref with a whistle, and yeah, I don't know what else the fuck I used to say because it's been forever and a day. But what's happening, folks? We are back on Rated PG with me, your boy Piere, Cargo, your bro. You already know. If you don't recognize the shirt, you already lost. This is the Killin' Be Cool merch worn by Anthony Driver. Fuck with your boy right there, folks. But yeah, we back on Rated PG. It's been a long time coming. We ain't been here in 2 months or some shit like that. But you know, we here. A lot of strange things been happening. Quarantine, COVID-19. I'm not going to get into the politics, this, that, and the third, and so forth and so on. But I've been working every fucking day since the quarantine hit. The COVID business is a crazy thing that's happening right now. Everybody in the house, this, that, and the third. Excuse me for a moment. Well, how many of you going and got tested? Raise your hand. Just me. Cool. Tell you what, so I've been tested 4 times for COVID. Not because I thought I had it 4 times. I just thought I might have had it once. So if you don't know how to get tested, this is what you do. So you go to Google COVID testing near me. Usually it's going to be at Georgia Tech. So I put my thing for Georgia Tech, and it asks you a couple of questions. Like, 1, do you have a fever? I said no. It said, do you have a cough? And I said no. Do you have shortness of breath? I said no. It said, do you or have you come in contact with someone who works in nursing home or some shit like that? And I said no. And they said, do you have like a dry cough? And I said no. And they said, okay, well, we can't test you. And I said, bet. Hit refresh and said yes, hell yeah. And they was like, well, bring your sick ass on. So my appointment was at like 11 a.m. on this day. So I pull up to Georgia Tech. Laheim. That's a good drink. Pull up to Georgia Tech. When you start driving through, there's police everywhere. There's cones. There's all this plexiglass and shit. And they got these signs. So they ask you, do you have an appointment? They got this little sign. And you got to nod. You're like, yeah. And they tell you to keep your mask on, keep your windows up. And they say, flip the sign over and it says, have your ID ready and your appointment on your phone. So you got to have your phone out with your ID. You put it on the window like this. And then you put this one on the window, your phone like that. They tell you to drive forward. It's another little checkpoint. They ask, do you have an appointment? You say, yeah. You put your car shit up there again. And then they make you drive up. Bust this little U-turn. First time I went, it was hella cars and it was just leading you straight to the parking deck. And on the way to the parking deck, there's this lady who comes up and she's got all these packets and pens. And they, you know, she's all covered up and shit. And they, when she got to me, she was like, crack your window, just like this much. Crack your window, slide a packet in there, ask if you have a pen. I did, and I said nah. So they like throw a little pen in there, and you got to fill the packet out. It's like name, address, date of birth, primary healthcare provider, so forth and so on. Fill that out, and they tell you when you finish filling that out, put that piece of paper on the front of your dash with your ID or your driver's license. Then the next page was a diagram about how to give yourself the test. They give you this long ass Q-tip like this. I don't know. And then you gotta tilt your head back, go like that, stick that bitch in there until you feel resistance. It doesn't hurt, it's just uncomfortable. Like, for real. It's like, you know, your eyes water a little bit, you know, but it don't hurt. It's just some shit that happens. So, anyway, they show you the diagram, and then you drive up through the parking deck, X amount of cars at a time, start following all these cones, and then they got these tables in between each space, and there's like a space for 3 cars to go in. So, I remember I was the 3rd car. And like first car went up, you waited a little bit, second car went up, waited a little bit, some space in between, and then I drove up. And then they tell you, you know, put your packet up here, your ID, you do that. And then after they look at that shit for a second, they crack the window down again, tell you to roll your window down this much. And they say you're gonna have to give yourself a test. They slide in, they open up this little packet, and inside the packet thing it got the little Q-tip. So they stick that in there, you gotta pull the Q-tip out. And then they roll your window, tell you to roll your window up, take your kids out the car, drop them on the passenger seat, lift your head back, give yourself the test, do that. You gotta stick it in there for about 10 seconds, swab it around for like 10 seconds, take it out, do it to the other nostril. Same amount of time, about 10 seconds. Then after that, they it's like black tents that they got like on both sides of wherever you drive it from. But afterwards, you give yourself the nose shit in both of them. They crack the window down a little bit and they stick a tube in there and they clamp like this. Well, I mean the tube like clamp down on the window. Then you gotta slide your shit back in there. Then they roll the window, take it up, go in there, and they tell you to drive forward. When you drive forward, there's a police officer there, and the police officer puts like a number or some shit on your car. It was a sticker. And then he like tells you to park in parking space number 2. That was the first place I went. And then parking space number 2, I went there and they stand behind your car and they tell you to turn your car off and put your keys in the passenger seat again. And then you gotta sit there for like 15, 20, sometimes 30 minutes. And then you get a telephone call from like a 4 something something number. And then when you get a telephone call, they ask you what parking space you're in, and then someone's gonna come and give you the results. So I was parking space number 2. And I remember there was like, if I was number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 were still there. And 6, 5, and 4, when I guess all 3 of those cars got a phone call, and I seen them back out, because every time you park your car, there was a police officer standing right behind your car. So I seen those police officers back out, and then those cars come out and then turn right to leave. And then 3 got a call, and then I got a telephone call, and then a police officer and somebody came up to my window, rolled the window down, slid a packet in there, and just said I tested negative for COVID-19 as of March something 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 when I got tested the first time. And they were like, okay, so you don't have show any signs of being exposed or being at risk to contracting or having COVID-19. So we aren't sure why you have a fever, shortness of breath, and a dry cough like you said on your application. I was like, shit, that's crazy. I don't know why either. Yeah. So they were like, all right, so as of now you can leave. When you back out of here, come out and turn left to leave. So I was like, so what happened to them other cars that turn right when they leave if you told me I can turn left? And she was like, well, those people tested positive for COVID-19. And I was like, okay, cool, that's what's up. So you didn't answer my question. What happens to the people who turn right when they leave this place? And they were like, oh, they're just directed, or they have different directions. I was like, oh, okay. They said, so, yeah, just come out here and turn left. So I was like, well, they put these niggas in a hole somewhere. That's wild. Yeah, so that was it. And every time I've gotten tested after that, it's not because, like I said, I think I've contracted it or anything. But my wife was real sick. Pretty sure she may have had that shit for a little bit. So I took some time off of work. I haven't been showing any symptoms or anything, but like I said, I just wanted to make sure. Because, I wanted to go see some family before this stuff happened. So I got tested again and again. Still negative, thankfully. We in there, we lit. But yeah, so now that little boop's out the way, you guys see this magnificent background here before you. Is it a bit narcissistic? That's one of the biggest words I know. I don't know. But this is my website. You should definitely check it out. It is at piereguyton.com. What? piereguyton.com. I'm going to take this moment to start on myself. You see, there was a time where I had shows lined up. This is the part where you would see the shows. As you can see, my last show was like March 10th. Some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then this is the main part you guys need to see right here. Subscribe to Rated PG. What is Rated PG? That is this magnificent channel that you guys are going to see this video posted on right here. Now, if you go to my website at piereguyton.com, there's a direct link to the website right there. And boom, 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 we're done with that. So what else has been cracking like in quarantine? Comedy shows. I did my first comedy Zoom show. That was cool. It was with Ira Claiborne and Haley Ellman. That was a really good time. We were supposed to be on there for about an hour. We were on there for about 3 hours, I believe, or 2.5 hours. It was a lot of fun because primarily I found out a lot about lesbians and the lesbian culture that I was just very ignorant to. Like, for example, I did not know that lesbians used condoms. Now, when I first said that, some people was like, yeah, they got female condoms. I don't really know how it works, but it's like a condom or something that they put on right here in their vaginal area, and then I don't know if they take their arm or their hand or another extremity or strap or something and then stick. I don't know, but no. I found out that lesbians like have condoms that they buy like Durex, Lifestyle, Magnums, and they put them on the dildos or the prosthetic or the strap on or whatever. Also found out, check this out, that there are strapless strap-ons. I also found out that strap-ons aren't that easy to put on, and they don't really sell those everywhere. So like, if you feel like giving some dick, you gotta have some equipment. Also found out that a lot of lesbians or women that wear the dick or have, a lot of women have the dick, but the women that wear the dick proudly need to exercise or should exercise to be able to deliver a proper poking, if you will, because the muscles are different. You feel me? Also found out that they put them in the dishwasher. That's cool. And also found out that the average size of a penis erect is about 5 to 6 inches long and about 2.5 to 3 inches in diameter. Maybe. I don't really know. And while I was on this Zoom, that just blew my mind, and they started kind of slick laughing at me. And I was like, well, I just never really thought about it that way. And then we started talking a bit more about sex and like how men and women or others have different approaches. Like, for example, they asked me something, and I was like, well, the first time I had sex was the very first time I saw a vagina. Like, I didn't get head until after I had sex. Like, I don't know about how the rest of y'all, like, operate if y'all went, like, first base, second base, third base, home. Nah, like, I kissed a chick, and then I saw her vagina, and then I had sex with it. Like, I fucked it. Like, I seen it. Like, I kissed her, I seen it, I fucked it. Like, the first time I saw a vagina up close, kind of scared me a little bit. Because I had never, like, I didn't even watch porn when I had sex. Like, I virtually had no idea what I was doing. And then, they were like, oh my God, so did she come or whatever? And I was like, you know what, keep it a buck. I did not know women could come until, like, after, like, the 5th or 6th time I had sex. And they were like, well, what do you mean? And I said, I didn't know what the fuck it was. Like women, y'all could have open conversations about your bodies and how things work and the way your titties look. I've seen girls like, I think my boobs are getting bigger. Can you feel them for me? They're like, yeah, oh, damn, yeah, they are getting bigger. Like, damn, bitch, your ass getting fatter. Like, you can even talk to your mom about it. Like, women, when you have your period, you talk to women about that shit. Like, men, we can't go up to our dads and be like, yo, dad, look at my dick, and it's hard. You're gonna be like, yo, my son is gay. Now, ain't nothing wrong with being gay. I'm just saying that's just what's gonna happen. Like, my dad has never sat me down and been like, all right, son, do you know how to make her come? We've never had that conversation. Like, men, we can't even really talk to other men about how our dick works. Like, women can be like, girl, so when you, like, women, you can give another woman a lesson about eating pussy. You like, or sucking dick rather, whatever you want to do. Like, girls, you like, you know what, girl, when you sucking his dick, you gotta use your hands like this. You gotta go like this. Like, as a man, we can't just be sitting in a room, just you and me, and be like, hey, look, when you eating a girl out, you gotta take your finger. You're like, nigga, shut up. Talking about, nah, that's weird. Like, men, we are forced to be stupid and figure shit out on our own. So it's like, when I found out women could come, like, I didn't know about a clit until after I had sex, like 10 times and I overheard a woman talk about a clit. I found out what it was. Then I found out where it was. Because I didn't know where it was. I'm not going to lie. I've never asked somebody, so where's your clitoris at? That would make you look dumb. But you dumb anyway, but you can't ask that question. And then I found out what it did. Like, and then there's another thing. Not all clits look the same. Some of y'all got bigger hoods and shit. And like women, y'all, like, men's anatomy is very simple. You know, and our knowledge of anything is very general at best. Like, for a man, there's a head, a shaft, some balls, some hair, and a hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was coming up, I thought that when a woman took her panties off, that whole thing was pussy. Like when you take our pants off, pussy. That's all it is. Holding dick, pussy. And then you find out about a labia minora, labia majora. You find out about ovaries. You find about urethra. You find out about fallopian tubes. You find out about the clitoris. You find out about the clitoral hood. You find out about the other, like a whole bunch of other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, women, y'all got so much shit going on that you don't really even know what's going on about you. Like, there's a whole study and a whole branch of health dedicated to the inside of a woman's cavern, the OBGYN. There is no dick doctor. Like, you ain't even got to be a specialist. You could just pull your dick out and be like, yeah, something wrong with that. You probably got herpes. For a woman, you can like, I don't know, your pH balance is all off. Like, we don't have that. So, like, when I learned about a woman's anatomy, it was literally like a crash course. Like, I like, started off at home base. Bow, hit a home run before I even knew what a home run was. I was like, what are we doing out here? We're just having a good time. But, yeah, like, we got some really good stories on that Zoom. You know, I found out a lot about myself and a lot of shit that I didn't know about myself as well. And what else we got here? Oh, yes. Also, for those of you who are brand new to the show, I posted a stand-up video on my YouTube page as well. Pretty proud of it. It's a 10-minute set. It's one of my favorite jokes. It's my only joke, apparently. I'm not going to say fuck y'all, but for the haters, if you will. For short for me. I ain't got no haters. Ain't nobody paying me no mind anyway. But honestly, though, it's been really somewhat difficult transitioning from being really awesome on stage to never being on stage anymore. But we're going to get past this, hopefully. You know, even though Governor Kemp opened up, I'm not going to say Governor Kemp because it wasn't just his decision to do it. A lot of people voted on it. A lot of people thought it was a good idea. So the idea passed. Anyway, that things are back open since Friday. It is on this day, Monday. There have been a bunch of new cases developing on top of that. But either way, I'm like, I don't understand why he thinks they would think it's such a good idea to open or at least send everybody back to work because it's safe to go back to work as long as you practice social distancing. But you ain't sending kids back to school for the rest of the year, but it's okay for the parents to go back to work and then come home to their kids. Okay, I don't really get that. Why don't we be able to go to the governor's mansion? When they open the White House is when we like for people to be able to walk through the White House is when it should be okay to walk through the White House at any point. Okay, that's just personally what I believe. Could be wrong, however. But I want to know what you guys got going on. Okay, it's like I said, we're all having a good time. Some of you guys may not be having a good time being quarantined with yourself and other people. But hey, look, it's better than the alternative, right? Which is going to jail. I just found out about murder hornets, okay? I don't know of how long of a thing this has been. I've only seen a few videos, but I've seen a hornet murder a mouse. I'm fucking done. I've seen enough. That's it for me. Oh, God. Oh, shit. If it wasn't safe to go outside and catch COVID, there are literally hornets that are going to come and murder you. That is terrible. I'm already deathly afraid of anything that can fly. Like I've said it before too. It don't matter how hard you is, bro. The hardest thug is afraid of anything that flies, and especially if it's a bug. Like, bro, that can fuck your whole day up. Like, excuse me. You could be telling a story about how you beat 6 niggas up and walk into a spider web, and your reaction is gonna let these people think you soft, or at least mine is. Because I don't have a fight or flight reflex. My shit is just flight. If I'm scared, I run. And that's all we do. Yeah, so lesbians are cool, man. And this is another thing. Yeah, I'm just going to go back talking about lesbians. There's nothing bad or anything. I just thought I really needed a crash course of talking about it. Because, like, a strap-on, those things are expensive. And, like, I don't know, man. Like, I can understand why a man could lose his woman to another woman. I completely get it because, like I said, these lesbians are buying penises that never go soft. They fully understand what a clitoris is. They know where it is. They know what to do, and they know what to do with it with their eyes closed. And then they're going to the gym to perfect their stroke. I have had a dick my entire life, and I have never once gone to the gym to exercise how, or at least to practice how I could give it to somebody at its fullest potential. Are you kidding me? How can you compete with a woman with a dick that never goes soft? She goes to the gym to work it out, and she does her hair. And her skin's probably so soft and it smells good. And eating pussies, it's a delicate practice, okay? Very delicate. And I feel like men's tongues, even if you do it a lot, feels kind of like sandpaper. A woman's tongue just is, oh man. There's no way you can compete with that. It's fucking over with. And she bought things to give you better dick. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, then the strapless strap-ons. I bet you're wondering how they work, man. So apparently the one I saw, so it's hard, God, it's hard to explain. So like, it's like a dick, right? Okay. It's a dick, right? Let's say this is the dick, right? This is the dick. How do you do this? All right, so this is the dick. Let's say this is the dick. I'm gonna grab it this way. This is it. Wait, how you do it? This is it. Yep, here we go. So this is the dick, right? Like this part's a dick. And then this part is like a hook that goes inside of the woman. So it's like she goes, sticks it inside of her, and then it hangs out from over this way. So it's like inside of this chick while she's giving the tip of this dick to that chick. So whenever she moves, it's like moving with both of them. That's how I can explain it. That's how I saw it. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I was like, man, if you're a lesbian, bro, and you thinking about getting some booty or at least giving some dick, you got to bring your dick with you. Like, how much of a travesty would that be if you didn't even think about you were going to get laid and then you go out and then you're drunk and you meet a chick and you guys are making out, you talking all this shit, and then she's like, oh, let's go. And then you're like, you know what? I got something for you. And she's like, what? And then you're reaching your purse. Now you grabbed your cell phone, you grabbed your keys, you grabbed your wallet, you grabbed your mace, you grabbed your phone. I may have said phone already, but you forgot your dick. You ain't even got no dick with you. How could you bring your keys, wallet, phone, pepper spray, gum, and you left your dick, bro? Or like, what if you brought your dick but you didn't bring the strap, so you got like fist fucker? I don't know what goes on, man. I just don't want to forget my dick ever. Well, this has been a tangent. Let's see if I got anything else here on my phone to talk about. Look at me, been on quarantine for all this time and I ain't got no material. I'm not here to give you guys material. I'm actually just here to do this here, right here, right here, right here, right here. You know what I'm saying? Those are the insults I wrote. I don't know. But yeah, shout out to everybody who's been tuning in to Rated PG. Check out my channel, Rated PG, like it's called. Go to my website at piereguyton.com. This has been Rated PG. I'm your boy Piere Escargot. It's been fantastic. If you like this video, leave me some comments in the section below there. And yeah, I'll be black. If that's all right with you, au revoir. I bid you adieu.